Hello guys, this is Madhu from Adi Yogi Ayurveda. Welcome to my podcast. I am a certified Ayurveda lifestyle consultant, Vedic counselor, quantum healing hypnosis practitioner, clinical master herbalist, Usui Reiki practitioner, animal Reiki practitioner, and a spiritual coach. As a holistic practitioner, I concentrate on mind, body, and spirit healing, using energy healing, herbal remedies, and Vedic sciences. Come check out my website at adiyogiayurveda.com. I put the link down below in the description. And let's get started. Hello everyone, this is Madhu from Adi Yogi Ayurveda. Welcome back to another podcast. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to this podcast. I really appreciate everything, all the support that I get from you guys. Today I just wanted to go over what I'm experiencing these days as a light worker, as a twin flame. It's a lot of crazy energies in June. I mean, month of May was just like a huge change, and it's the number five month, the number of change. So that was a huge jolt of like, wake up, let's go. But this month it's a little bit like, to me, 6 is the number of the twin flame. 6 is not personal development, but more like the personal spiritual development. So I've been at it, and my guides have been like really pushing me. And then the one of the things I found out, or I came into enlightenment, is that out of all like the 144,000 the light workers, we all have our unique way of ascending. Yeah, we do experience the difficulties, we do experience the ascension, what do you call those, like body problems and the pains, but there is a specific path that we take to ascend. And I'm taking the Vedic way. So they're like, this is how you're gonna do it. I'm like, fuck, because some people some people do different things, and I'm taking the yogic method, I guess that's what you call it, through yogic practice. Yoga is not just like the physical stances, the asanas. Asana is just one aspect. That's just different postures to allow the energy to move all over your body. That aids in the yogic practice. It's one aspect of yoga. Other aspects, there is meditation. There is what you call focused concentration. There is the yama, niyama, which is yama, niyama. Those are like the right ways of conduct and living. And then there's the diet, yogic diet. There is what else? Samadhi. I did briefly mention this to you, coming into this kind of this balanced state of mind. Ayurveda is essentially, my cat is shouting again. Hold on one second, I'm gonna open the door and I'm coming back. Yes, I'm back. So I'm a divine being having a physical experience. So in my divineness, I still have to scoop up cat litter and listen to my cat. So I still have to let them out and let them come back in. But go back to the topic. There is samadhi, that the control of your mind, control of prana. Those are very huge aspects that I've been learning. It's like it's innately there. It's like I know it, but when I read it or like learn it, I'm like, and I get like a lot more downloads from my past life memories and things I've already learned and achieved. So there is more to yoga than just doing exercises. That's the mistake people make, because yoga is this interconnected method of achieving a goal. Yoga, it's not even yoga, it's yoga. Yoga, literal meaning in Sanskrit, is several different actions taken together in a sequence to achieve a goal. And these actions are what I said, those different things, your life, your diet, the way you're living, changing your like mindset, your mentality. And this is like another way of achieving ascension or going up in vibration. And essentially, if you look at other religions, they all, like the main religious figures who are the ascended masters, they taught the same idea, like the destination is the same, but they taught different ways to get there. So you can use different avenues that suits you the best. So my avenue is and always will be the Vedic, because I mean, it doesn't have to be really Vedic, because my higher self has had like other lifetimes and other archetypes in other cultures, but the main archetype or the teachings that I'm supposed to emulate in this lifetime for my mission is this. My twin flame is more educated in the Egyptian, because to me it's like we have to like learn, we have to get the basic teachings and the concepts from the Vedic culture and get which is what I'm doing. And he has already, like, I guess, mastered or learned. I don't know, I'm gonna be learning still. There's so much to learn, you can never stop learning. How the Egyptians use the physical, like the spiritual aspects in their physical reality. Like it's normal for them to use magic. Like I remember lifetimes where I'm just like, I was so like every day I used magic in my Egyptian lifetimes. Like it was just like part of life. There's that ritual aspect. Although the Vedic culture has that, it's more that philosophy that has been preserved till date. Whereas the Egyptians really, really knew how to put that physical knowledge into the everyday human life. So with that, the first thing we have to do, like for me, I have to do is like come to that point where I can gain my siddhas, which is like it's like a power. It's like a power that comes through arduous yogic practice. Okay, so they're like, for example, if I'm in a Vedic, in an Ayurvedic context, if I look at someone's face, I can tell maybe like what's going on with them. So I kind of have that, but it's not perfected. Like when I look at someone, I know I can tell like, okay, what kind of issues that they might be facing when it comes to emotional or mental, whatever, from people's behavior. I can tell like where this behavior is coming from, like what are the childhood core wounds that are attached to it. So there's this type of perfection that has to be like, like fluency that has to be learned. Like although we have had many different lifetimes, we still have to, because this is a lifetime like Earth, being a human is going through amnesia. So you gotta really come as a empty vessel, and just through downloads you fill yourself, through learning you fill yourself until you come to that mastery. But in this lifetime, the only thing is that everything happens very rapidly. And another thing my guides want me to mention right now is whatever you have achieved as powers, or like, you have different skills and powers, they're innately within you. It's like a soul imprint type of a thing. So, like you have the karmas, you have the samskaras, which is like the behaviors or the way you do things based on your past karmas. And then you have these powers also. If you're a developed soul, if you're an old ancient soul who has like really mastered certain things, they also come with you. It's just kind of like a matter of unlocking through different ways of the way you're guided to go through your ascension. And the main important thing about ascension that I have learned and I'm learning is that the first thing that has to do is that you have to do with I don't know where my English, when I'm in that higher mind, you have to excuse me, because when I'm in that higher mind, it's very like I just say whatever that comes to my mind without thinking about the grammar. But when you're before doing all this, the reason why we are purging and going through like ascension symptoms is because that's a way of purifying yourself. You're purifying everything about you, your soul, your light body, your astral body, your physical body, your mental, emotional bodies. It's like you're clearing everything, because when you come to this world, you learn how the society works and operates. As a child, that's what you do. So, and then you obviously, as twin flames, you had to go through certain types of lessons that made your childhood extra hard. So, and that created these deep-seated conditioned ideas, and maybe some of them are coming from the past lives also. So you're just shedding all that. You're just shedding all these different aspects to really like suit the fifth dimension and above, or like be full of ideas or frequencies of the fifth dimension. So it's like it's really painful. Like I've been freaking purging the last bits of things that I don't even like. It's this family issue. Like I have a couple of narcissists in my family, and they like, I want to help them, but at the same time, the way they ask for help is through fear. It's coming from fear-based. Like, although I feel sorry and I feel obligated to want to, like, I want to help them, but at the same time, they go and say all sorts of things about me to everyone. Like, doesn't treat me nice. I have no respect. They take me for granted. So it's like that. At the end of the day, you have to think, what is the highest, most righteous thing to do? What is the highest good in this? And I was reading the Mahabharata, and that's one of the things I had to do. I read the Mahabharata, and at the end of that war, both sides lost. It's like a fight. It's like a huge major war that went on in ancient India at the time of Krishna. And he was the king of Dwarka, and this was the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and they were like cousins. And they had this huge war for their kingdom. So it's like the beginning of that was like through deceit, that the other party took this party number one's kingdom. So eventually that led to things leading to a war, and during the war, party number 2, who is like the good guys, had to resort to certain trickeries to win the war. So when you weigh that, it's like, what was the reason this war was caused? It's caused by these guys, party number 1's greed, and they're the one who deceived, and they're the one who continued to sin until the other party was provoked to start a war. So it's something like that. So it's like this is continuously going on. And I explained to them a month ago, okay, I will help you if you stop saying things about me, if you stop yelling at me and saying all these nasty things about me. No, they didn't stop. So I was like, okay, I had to revoke all these contracts to see this is a soul contract. It's like a karmic contract, something like that, where I had to really speak my mind and stand up for myself and gain my power back. Because since I was young, I've been like tied to them like a fucking branch. Otherwise, I can't. It's like I'm not. Both of these people are not allowing me to stand in my own power, but they see me as an extension of themselves, where they have to support me. But in the way that they're doing it is that it's like that selling your soul to the devil type of a deal, where they just take. Oh, I'll give you this, but they take everything from me. It's like that, they emotionally drain me, they financially drain me, and no matter what I do, nothing is acknowledged. So I said, you know what, I'm not in this. Like, literally, I cannot have abundance because I was in that fear of, like, they're gonna take it away from me. It's like as if my mind has programmed itself to think that they're the ones who are in control of my life, whereas I'm the one who is in control of my reality. And because this has been like deep-seated for such a long time, this codependent relationship, that like it takes so much effort to break it. And I've been at this for a long time. It's like that jellyfish that has stuck themselves onto your leg. No matter how much you pee on it, it just won't go away. And the scar is there to stay. It's like that, So I'm trying my level best. Let's see how I tackle it. But the thing is that it's very tricky, this one. It's like, okay, I'm supposed to be nice, but at the same time, like, how am I going to stand up in my power and claim my sovereignty, and at the same time be able to help people out? Yeah. It's like trying to gain the Philosopher's Stone. Go figure. But, yeah, so there's like, you have all these things, these contracts and these agreements that you had to freaking break off and you don't even know about. So it's a lot of stuff. So once you clear everything out, once you really, really clear the soul aspect of out of the three bodies, that then you are able to kind of really bring out your powers, whatever the skill that you have, to that mastery level. Because you have to really believe, you have to really be free of everything and really believe that you can come to that level. You can really use it, because you have to really be sure of yourself. And God knows what things that happens to us that makes us doubt ourselves. There's quite a lot. But yeah, all in all, I'm being sarcastic because we have to laugh about this. There's no point in crying about it, which is why I'm sarcastic most of the time. But in all seriousness, it's been quite the journey. Every month it just seems to get harder. And yesterday morning, my friend messaged me and she's like, oh, did you notice something different? I was like, yeah. And it's like everything just seems like it's at a cusp. And I notice this every day. There are times that I'm kind of thrown into this void-like place where, especially when I'm purging and healing, or when you look outside, it just feels empty, as if you've been put into like a duplicate place where you can heal and just come back, something like that. And I know someone else spoke about this too, and that's when I really, really noticed that, whoa, it does happen. So I don't know what is coming. Something good is coming. It just feels very painful right now because, oh my gosh, I went to sleep yesterday at 6 and I woke up in the morning around 6 and I saw this nightmare too, and I don't know if that's a bad omen or something that is going to help me get over my fears, the dream, or what the hell that was, but something made me feel very fearful and I had to meditate to get that out. And last time that happened was the last week of May, and something really shocking happened. So I'm done with all this. I'm in the second wave, so the second wave is almost done with their their journey, and we're like ready to officially be doing our work in a way. So that then I guess there's a third wave, and they're going to start the purging and all that stuff, because there's a bunch of people who are like newly awakened. All I can say is, guys, that I'm ready to be done with this purging and this lesson learning, and I'm ready to fully embrace my divine mission. I mean, it's like I'm in that borderline where I'm just done. I'm so tired. It hurts, like it literally hurts to release these things, especially like the fears that come up. And it's not just yours, like it's for the collective. My gosh. But yeah, that's anyways, back to what I was saying about like what I'm learning these days. So what is the most important is one of the biggest aspects of ascension is the control of prana. Prana is the life force, that the force that allows our soul and our physical body to light up and work together. Without prana, your physical body is just a dead body, your soul is just a soul. Prana is that spark that helps to create life. It's like the stove, the fuel, that's how they describe it. Prana is the flame. Your body is the stove, soul is the fuel. Prana lights up to create that mesh between the two, to create a purpose. The purpose is to live and experience life. So control of prana comes in different ways, because prana has different levels, different meanings. Like prana is like the life force energy that you breathe in. Prana is also at a level is the vata. Vata is the air humor in the doshas, the 3 doshas in the Ayurveda. So prana is essentially associated with air, the element of air and ether. So what is ether? The akasha, the subtle space. It's like the world beyond the physical world, the cosmic. Ether is in the cosmic world. So prana essentially is like what bridges the physicality to the spirituality. And prana is also the energy that moves within our body, that helps the chakras move, the nadi channels to be operating well, and unclogging the nadis will help its movement. And prana is also the aspect that connects our physical body to our astral body. So the astral body is like you can call it a light body too, where it's like your mental plane, your emotional mental body, and all those experiences are stored, digested, and processed. So that connection needs to be made, that connection has to be clear for the psychic abilities to develop and become more sharper. Because what you perceive, there's more to what you see, what meets the eye. So the mental body has to process, digest, and understand that. To perceive that, it has to work optimally. So prana is like literally like we need that to live. So control of prana through different ways is very, very essential. So I'll let you guys figure that one out. But one of the ways is pranayama, alternative nostril breathing. That is very, very important. That really helps. And I mean, that helps to balance a lot. And then also just staring into this one place helps to ignite the tejas. Tejas is like that, you know how some people who are like enlightened, they have that shine or glow about them. There's like your skin's glow, or like there's a glow. That, to get that, that's the tejas in your body. It's like that. It's like a pitta aspect, which is like the fire aspect in your body. And that helps you improve your third eye abilities and open your third eye too. So if you just stare at one point and just meditate and just think about tejas or opening your third eye, and that will help. And another thing is that if your mind is very agitated, to calm that down, think of bringing soma, S-O-M-A, that is the moon's energy, the lunar energy, the water, kapha energy, into your head space. And that is located at the soft palate, like at the back of the mouth, the throat area. Concentrate on that, and that will help that to like just breathe in prana and soma to that area. So there's different ways you can do it. You can try it, and I'm doing those things, some of them. And definitely eating a yogic diet helps a lot, especially eating things that doesn't aggravate your body too much. Not too much of oily, not too much of spicy, not too much of salty, but in moderate amounts that will help soothe your stomach. So the lentils, khichdi, lentil and rice, that one is really good. So I try different ways. Yesterday I put like beans into it too, like the red beans. That brings a lot of, and almonds, sliced almonds into that with like, and I cooked it in water and almond milk, and I put the spices also. That was really good. And when I eat that diet, it definitely shows a huge difference. And bananas are really good. If you are feeling anger or like irritation, make sure you eat cooling food like grapes, watermelon. That would help you. And rice is really, really cooling. Rice is very harmonizing and cooling, like the grains. And it is recommended that in Ayurveda, it's recommended that majority of your diet should be grains. I think, was it like 40%? Or I don't know, but like the majority of it would be, I forgot. Okay, but majority, it should be like grains. So I think of the Asians eating rice. They have like this big portion of rice. And then they have the vegetables. And then they have like a little bit of meat. I don't eat meat or any meat products or animal products. So I just do like vegetables. And maybe beans and certain nuts provide good protein. And then the last, like the 10-15% in your meal should be like the dairy products and fruits. That's what they say. So I have cut out all dairy so that I have to, I eat a lot of fruits though, because fruits in general are very, very cooling. And the sour fruits helps you to retain the moisture in your body. It helps with like dehydration. So especially in the summer now, in the hot months, it's nice to eat some sour fruits. It helps you keep your water in your body. So that's, those are the things that I'm experiencing right now, where it's like I'm doing yoga, but not to an extent where it's useful, because you really have to come into the the idea in Vedic philosophy or yogic practice is that it doesn't matter how much exercise you do, or how many yoga poses that you can do. You have to have your mind go beyond the mind. Your mind, in the sense, is not like the higher intelligence, but mind is, it could be the higher intelligence, but also there's something called the lower type of intelligence, where intelligence of like seeing the world, operating in this physical world. But when you go beyond your mind, you are aware of what's beyond. You are awakened. You are understanding the cosmic principles and how they incorporate into this physical world, how Earth is part of the universe, in this planetary system, in the galaxy, and how everything is interconnected. And you understand your connection to God. Ayurveda, it's more like connecting the physical to that, to meet halfway at the bridge between physicality and spirituality, whereas yoga takes you beyond your mind to understand the higher concepts and higher purpose of living, and to connect back to God. Kaivalya, that's the last stage of yoga practice, and that is literally, you are completely done experiencing the physical world. You're completely have mastered the karmas. You have learned all your lessons, let go of all the karma and the practices that keeps you bound. Karma keeps you bound to this world, bound to physicality, bound to desires, bound to these external pursuing of happiness. When you're done with all that, you understand and you finish your lessons, and you are able to go back to the source, which is ultimately the path of evolution for every single soul, every single being out there. Because when they're done with their experience, what do? They go back to the source, because that's our home. That's where we go back to the light, go back to the home. Everything, everywhere, all one. That whole concept is basically that. We are innately divine beings having different experiences on behalf of the source. So if that's the case, that's the ultimate achievement in yoga practice, and this is my last lifetime. So I guess I'm going to be completing that, and many of you are too. Especially if you're part of the 144,000, this is like your last lifetime on Earth, and like Earth is like the hardest. So anywhere you go, it's going to be completely different, because this is the lifetime where we attain mastery and we graduate from the University of Earth. You come blindfolded with amnesia. You don't know who the fuck you are. You don't know where the fuck you're going, but you're doing something. You're going somewhere. We got these guides whispering in our ears. You're like, that's not it. Oh crap, let's try again. So yeah, that's the journey, I guess. But we're definitely getting better at this. We got this. We are definitely getting better. We are smarter. We are more experienced. And now another aspect is the emotions, controlling prana, and that's one of the things that you learn is pratyahara. Pratyahara, that means the controlling of your senses, and like that's part of controlling your emotions too, where you are in control. That is another cool aspect that maybe I'll talk about it now, or maybe I'll talk about it later, because it has a lot of details to it. But all in all, just follow your path, whatever you're guided to do. If you find something that I said useful, or if you think something you want to try it. There's no harm in trying and finding different ways to get to your end destination. Ascension is like a ladder going up the stairs. There's so many ways of finishing a lesson and going up, but I guess we all have our own ways of doing things. And I just wanted to share with you guys what I'm going through. And when it comes to the Ascension symptoms, I feel like, oh, my every inch of my body hurts, especially like I do work at night, especially when in my dream state. So most of that leaves my body like painful, and a lot of purging is also done at night or early in the morning. So I feel very, very tired when I wake up, but after a while it just goes away. I have a tea in the morning and it just, it compensates for my tiredness. And then I have this third eye like opening, so, and then my pineal gland, so there's like sometimes there's a sharp pain in my ears, sometimes there's like this sharp pain on the side of my head, and sometimes I have this throat aches, sometimes like it feels like sharp needle point, sometimes it's just like a scratch where like I have to cough. Definitely a lot of vibrations throughout my body at times, especially when I'm like meditating or connecting with my twin flame. What else? Connecting with my twin flame as in like through like mentally, not like physically. We haven't no we haven't like really like started physically talking at like a regular level. We're just like starting out, so don't get any ideas. But and then there's this sharp pain sometimes on my legs, as if like this vibration and this thing just like surging through my legs, and my higher heart is, I think, upgrading or opening, so sometimes I feel pressure there right above your heart chakra. There's like that pressure. It's hard sometimes to breathe when that happens, so that's another thing, among various other things like emotional. Okay, sometimes I have this thing where it's like all these emotions come up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not mine, and they all just like dance around, freak out, and then it just leaves, like it's like a purging session whereas I'm just like shocked and I'm just like watching the show. So sometimes it happens, the purging happens as if it's like happening to a third party and I'm just the watcher, the viewer, the witness. So that happens too, but there's a lot of emotional turmoil that goes on at a personal level and at a conscious level. So it's really hard. As more you progress, it becomes more hard, because you really have to it's not as simple as it, like, oh, this is the lesson, okay, done. There's more details to it. So I'm trying to survive. But yeah, it's a journey. It's a good learning experience. Whatever I have learned, I can help others, so that makes me feel really good. And I've been doing a lot of research and like really reflecting back on my experiences with the narcissist and that whole family dynamics, and what kind of like the family, different types of family karmas that we all have to deal with, especially like the twin flame collective and the 144,000. I think they're essentially the same. Some people always say otherwise, but for me I think 144,000 are also the twin flames. I don't know. That's what I think, and that's what I've been told. But your reality is your reality, my reality is my reality, so whatever we perceive is according to what we're supposed to be perceiving. So always have respect for other people's viewpoints. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys, just like what's going on and what I've been going through. And there's definitely a lot of there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of, like, there's hope on the horizon. There's change on the horizon. It's just a matter of bringing it to us, and bringing it to us is very hard because you have to figure out your own way how to do it the way you're supposed to do it, to manifest your reality and manifest, what you came to do. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to check out my services, my website is adiyogiayurveda.com. I've listed it on the description. Do check out my services. It will be very, very helpful in my journey to get help from you guys so that I can pay my bills, my rent, while offering the services that I love doing for you guys. So that's what I wanted to let you guys know. I will talk to you next time. Happy Ascension journeys. This is Madhu signing out.